Hi everyone, my name is Maria Perez, and this is my personal story on my first day as a toddler teacher. So, my first day as a toddler teacher, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I have previously worked in that daycare, but I was working with 2-year-olds or older grades. So, I had those classes have their own crazy, but I was not used to that toddler environment. So, as soon as I walked into the classroom in the morning, everything stopped. They all stopped moving, they dropped what they were doing, and they just stared. And if you've ever been in this situation where you walk into a toddler classroom, then you know the first thing they do is they just look with their head, and then they turn their whole body and they just stare at you for a little bit, and they're waiting to see what's the next move. They're asking themselves, what's going on? Who is this new person? Why are they here? And what are we going to do now? What's going on? So I'm making my way to the carpet to start circle time. And as I start singing the songs that they know, more and more of them come and sit down with me because they're getting more comfortable. And as the day goes on, we are following their routine, their activities. We do the things that they do every single day so that they will be comfortable with me. But I'm the only teacher in there with 7 kids, so I'm doing all of these things alone. And one of the other things that I'm doing is changing diapers alone while the rest of the kids are doing independent play by themselves in the classrooms. So as I'm changing one of the diapers, I look up and I see one toddler standing on the highest shelf that there is in the classroom. And I tell him, please get down, put your feet on the floor where they belong. And he does so, but he does so very slowly and cautiously. He's waiting, he's looking at me, making sure that I don't lose sight of him so that he may be able to go back up on the shelf. But I don't look away, and he gets back down fully and he goes and he plays. This was around lunchtime, so they're starting to get hungry and their true toddler colors are starting to come out. But thankfully, lunch came in. I put everyone down, I sat them down, I got them ready for lunch, I served it, and everyone was eating. And if you've ever worked in a daycare before, then you know that the hardest transition is the one from lunchtime to nap time. It is chaotic and it is a battlefield. So, as we're transitioning, I felt like I had 20 hands on me because I was picking up plates and throwing them away. I was washing little hands and wiping little mouths, and I was sweeping the floors, and I was changing diapers, and I was also putting beds down at the same time. And as all of this is happening, mind you, I'm the only teacher in there. Everyone is running around, everyone is doing independent playtime, and they're all screaming because it's a hard transition. But as I'm sweeping the floor and getting everything cleaned up, I look up and I see 2 toddlers in the corner. They're on top of each other fighting over the same book. I see the other corner, and there's that same toddler on top of that shelf with another toddler right behind him about to climb. And I see another group of toddlers around the sink splashing water everywhere on the floor. It was a mess. I had no idea where I had to run first, and I didn't know who to go first. So I opened the door to my classroom because thankfully my class is right next to the office, and I yell for help. I ask somebody to come help me. And then I close the door and I run over to the 2 toddlers who can potentially get hurt, and I separate them. And then I go to the other toddlers climbing and I pull them down and I sit them down to play. And I run over to the sink, I turn it off, I get them all away from the sink, and I start getting paper towels and cleaning it all up so that nobody slips. And as I'm finishing up cleaning all the water, the other teacher comes in and she helps me regroup them all, and she sits with them, she calms them down, and she puts them all on their beds as while I'm finishing the diapers, because that was the last thing I had to do. And I'm finishing the diapers, and then I pat everyone to sleep. And that day it taught me a few things. It taught me that toddlers, they love to climb. Toddlers love water, absolutely love it. And that I also learned that it is okay, completely okay, to ask for help when you need it, especially in that classroom, because it's important to have someone help you regroup everyone. I also learned that it's very helpful to have your own strategies to regroup the kids and calm them down when they are running wild, because sometimes the classroom can be a battlefield and it can be stressful, but if you have a good plan, then it can be a beautiful, synchronized place for everyone. So it's important to know your children and to know the things that they like and that they will focus on, so that you may be able to smoothly transition everyone into nap time and have a great day. That's the end of my story. Thank you.